God told me that in many past lives, I was a cruel queen who had grooms of gold in all of my palaces, and none of that gold meant anything to me. So in this life, if someone gives me $20 for the ministry, sometimes I'm on my knees and I'm just thanking God. And God said to me, there are levels of gratitude, and each level of gratitude is a portal in the human heart. And he said to me, you know, your life as a queen, where you had infinite gold, that was a portal in your heart, and it was leading to a black hole of no matter how rich I am, it doesn't make a difference because I'm queen, bitch. Versus my life today as a minister, where I have a very finite amount of money, it's also a portal in my heart, but doesn't lead to a black hole. It leads to a garden. And no matter how little the money is someone gives to me, it makes all the difference in my world. So I said to God, okay, wait. What did you say? It's a portal? It's like there's like a portal of gratitude. God's like, And I said, portal to koala bears? Is a portal to koala bears? God said, no. It's a portal to gratitude. Gratitude is the secret of abundance. And I said, what was that? You said koala bears, hot firefighters, right? He said, no. I said gratitude, deep appreciation for the value of everything around you. Vicky, your health has a value. How much does that? Your voice has a value. Your dignity has a value. And I said, koala bears? I have what? You said I have koala bears? God said, you have a value. Vicky, you have a value. I said, how many koala bears am I worth? And then God said to me, if you look at everything, Vicky, as though it were a koala bear, how would your life change? If you take the most valuable thing to you in the world and pretend that everything in the world was your child or your pet or your mother. Everything in the world is that one thing. And if you saw everyone as though it were your koala bear, Vicky, you would feel how I feel. And God said, I see everyone as being worth 100% of my time and attention. Everyone is valuable to me. And that's how I make people rich. I don't see them as billionaires who can swipe a credit card and buy sushi, or as homeless people who beg for every dollar. I see them all as having the same exact worth and value. And that's how I'm able to create wealth. Because in my eyes, wealth is everywhere. So I said, okay, well, if can I have some since it's everywhere? And God said, Vicky, you told me you're a coach. You don't give people fish, you teach them how to fish. So I'm going to coach you. I'm going to teach you how to get money. I am going to teach you how to see money everywhere, or to see value and worth everywhere, especially within yourself. And then once you see it everywhere, you will receive it everywhere. So I'm like, see it everywhere? He's like, see it everywhere. I'm like, see it everywhere. He's like, see it everywhere. I'm like, see it everywhere. He's like, see it everywhere. So then God said to me, see wealth everywhere. Don't see poverty. And I was like, he's like, see wealth everywhere. When Jesus healed a leper, he didn't see the leprosy. He saw smooth skin. You manifest what you see. When you look in the mirror and the mirror shows you an ugly duckling, you see a swan. I'm like, swan? He's like, swan. I'm like, swan. He's like, swan. I go, he said, it's a swan. So when you see a picture of yourself. See a rich woman. I'm like, I'm rich. God's like, you're rich. I'm like, I'm rich. He's like, you're rich. I'm like, I'm not rich. He goes, you're rich. He goes, that's what rich looks like. It looks like you. I go, in a tent? He goes, in a tent. Then God showed me a palm tree. God said, this is a palm tree. How many? Do you have these in Hawaii? I go, they're everywhere. God said, what do you see? I said, palm tree. He said, do you see those seeds? I said, yeah, they fall down on the ground. They mess up the road. It's gross. He said, if you plant each one of these seeds, the soil, the little plastic pot cost $1. In a year, you sell each sapling for $100. That's how much palm tree saplings go for in Hawaii. That tree has 1,000 seeds. That's $100,000 per tree. This grove of palm trees is worth $1 million. And he said, God looked at me and he said, money grows on trees. It's everywhere. He asked me, when you see that palm tree, what do you see? I said, $100,000? He said, exactly. And when you look at yourself, what do you see? I said, koala bear? He said, look again. I said, $10,000. He said, look again. I said, billionaire? He said, closer. Look again. Look again. This is what each one of you are going to do in a minute, and I'll go first. I want you to look at a picture of yourself or look at yourself in the mirror. What do you see? When I answered God, I said, well, I see happiness. I see someone who's sacrificed her life and her money and her time and her health to care for others. Like someone who didn't care about money as much as she cared about doing the right thing, being the right person. Someone who protects and honors what's sacred. Someone who fights for good. And God said, and that, Vicky, to me, is worth $10 million. You have to see what I see.